Hello and welcome to the quarterfinal edition of Around the Arc, presented by Burns Tire, one of our lovely sponsors as the season comes to an end. This is the quarterfinals, as I mentioned. 8 teams remain. Big news, the semifinals will be tomorrow night. So all the quarterfinals are, in fact, tonight. 2 games at 9, 2 at 10. We'll get into those in a second. And then both semifinal games will take place tomorrow, 1 at 9, 1 at 10. Ben, Ellis, Ryan, I am Joey Zacco. Welcome to the show. Hello, Carmine. Thank you for following us over. And, of course, some of these guys are here as well. Tyler Feldman behind the camera. Comment in some of your questions. We will try to take them as we go through these games. Again, semifinal games tomorrow night. Quick turnaround. We'll be back here tomorrow doing this all over again with 4 teams left. But for now, there's a no-limit TMC, Redemption Rookies at 9, Serial Killers Lob, Monstar, Stranger Danger at 10. Let's talk about those 2 upset teams. We kind of ended the week with those guys last week, the 11-seeded Rookies and the 13-seeded Serial Killers. You guys can kind of pick up either of those teams. What do they have to do to keep it rolling and get another win and upset another team? Don't all jump at once.
I guess I'll start. I watched the Rookies game against the Firm. The Firm, we've talked about how they struggle with chemistry, so they kind of beat themselves. So the Rookies, are going to have to. They're going to need Jalen Smalls and the rest of the big 3,
Jones
and Jamal Jones and Eric Singleton to really step up. I don't know how they're going to beat a really solid redemption team all year. I didn't watch that other game that we were talking about, the other upset.
Stranger Danger?
Yeah.
Yeah, if someone else wants to pick that up.
I didn't see it either, but it was just a heavy dose of Steve Ackles on both sides of the court, per usual, when they win. But if they're going to win and beat the Monstars today, they're going to have to really make up for their lack of inside presence. All their points come from the outside with Steve shooting, Joe shooting, and Will's not going to be here tonight, but with Will from Beyond the Arc, and they're going to have to do something on the inside. And if Tyler can neutralize someone, that's a step in the right direction. But that's also a big if.
We will definitely keep an eye on Tyler's plus minus. We have Carmine Santarelli. Stranger Danger has no chance. F.U. Tyler. So that clearly he's feeling great about last week's game still. No hard feelings there. Steve says, damn, Carmine, so clearly no hard feelings, right? About that one. John Rulin is here as well. Joe Catapano, what's up? If Tyler can neutralize someone, in quotes by Joe Catapano. I love the quote form. You guys should take some notes. He knows how to format those quotes. But Lob and Serial Killers.
Joe was better, right?
We get it. So, Lob and Serial Killers. You said this would be one of your games to watch tonight.
Yep.
Lob, as you've mentioned, on a 5-game winning streak, but they're taking on the Serial Killers, who have been tested. Maybe not as much as other teams, but they have been and they've responded. They can only beat who's in front of them, right? So when they take on this Lob team for a second time, what can Lob do to change the outcome, as they lost by 20, forget what week, but it was in the regular season when they were still winless?
They're going to have to put a hold to Mike Davis, who's been going off recently. I think he recently just had 40 points, so stop. Yeah, what's that?
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, so if they can stop him and Ty Coward, that'll require the Serial Killers to have some of their other role players to step up. So they have a lot of weapons, but Lob 203 has a lot of all-around basketball players, a lot of point forwards, I would call it. So you never know what they could do, because they've kept it pretty close with some of the top teams in the league.
Mm-hmm. I think this is a game that's all about size, though, and Lob 203 really lacks in that category. They don't have a real inside presence to go up against, some of the other guys that are on that Redemption team, right? So I don't know exactly what the matchup. Serial Killers. I'm sorry.
It's not a show.
I messed up. Serial Killers. I'm sorry, but Ty Coward. All those guys can play inside and out. So I don't know exactly what they're going to be able to do.
The Serial Killers may be a little bit taller, but it's an 8.5-foot rim league, so all you need is someone the size of John Burlett, and just to get up there.
But it makes it that much more difficult for someone like John Burlett to get going when he's got to get through a guy like Ty Coward to get to the rim, right? True.
And Lob definitely protects the rim well for a team you guys mentioned who appear undersized, I would say. I think they definitely hold their own, but it is something to watch. Maciolo is bigger, and Serial Tyron plays both ways as well.
I think the biggest issue for Lob is, did they really have, who's their point guard?
Right.
A team that presses the entire game when serial
Well,
killers
hopefully
do that.
Andrew's here.
Well,
right?
I mean,
Andrew
is he
Martino
their
helps.
point guard either, though?
True.
Regardless if he obviously he helps if he shows up. He's one of
Austin
their better
Kozak
players.
plays little points sometimes.
Yeah,
as a team
but-
facilitator.
Like, are they like a natural point that can handle the ball throughout the game? Like with Stranger Danger, we have Steve. Steve's a point guard. Like they know you get him the ball on the inbounds, you get him the ball after you get a rebound. Like that's cut and dry. That's what you do. With them, it's more or less like when you get the rebound and go, which is great. But also when you're playing a team that presses, it also leads to a lot of turnovers sometimes. So if they can handle the ball well and like play the way that they've been playing the last couple of weeks, maybe it won't hurt them. But if they get turned over, they don't have someone to give it to like as an outlet.
Yeah.
Just to catch up on some of these comments, Carmine says it's all love, which is nice to hear. And then Joe Catapano says the 3 soccer players up there are the best athletes in the room, and Carmine's second that. So maybe it's not all love. Maybe we have a little beef brewing. And then he says turn around. So TMC, Joe goes turn around, check out the best athletes in the room. Speaking of athletes, run TMC. They take on No Limit. The 4th meeting between these two teams.
Martino's not coming.
Martino's not coming, so there you go. So that changes that. We can come back to that in a second. TMC No Limit, the last game we haven't talked about. A rematch from the regular season, 4th meeting between the teams. Kev Rivera will be there. Joe Spain will not. We've kind of gone over that. What's the key to that game, knowing some of the differences from when they met in week 6, we'll go with.
No Limit just going to have to not take the foot off the pedal, right? They're just going to have to hit you guys full force, which I fully expect them to do. You guys not having Joe definitely hurts. You're going to need a lot of contributions from people other than Will and other than Kevin Blake. You guys are going to need to have a really strong overall performance if you're going to come close to dethroning No Limit.
Yeah, you guys are going to have a barrage of threes, I would say, because they're going to put up points on the board no matter who they're playing and no matter what kind of defensive strategy you go out with. And the other thing is, it's because you had me write that preview article, I realized that you guys lead the league in turnovers.
Yeah, it's crazy. I have to fix who I'm paying. I think those stat
probably.
guys are really screwing me good.
Either that or you actually just turn it.
That's true.
So whatever,
Right.
but you're definitely going to have to control the ball today and play the pace that you want to play and dictate it to them, because the more comfortable you are, the closer the game's going to be.
Yeah, sorry, I'm catching up. So we have, let's see, no Martino I would like to talk about. We have John Rowland claiming he's not playing, which I don't believe it. We have Brule saying, sorry guys, he's playing.
I think
So maybe he is playing. And then Joe
never
says, too late for TMC to sign Carmine after Carmine said, I'm going to win it on the dunk at the buzzer, which would be just the ultimate compilation of craziness. So Martino is there. Does that
the
change
craziest
things?
statement was Joey dunking.
Well,
I don't think so. I don't think Lob 2 or 3 is going to have a
Okay,
great
good.
chance to win the game either
I'm
way.
glad we're off of me dunking. Yes, so Lob.
I didn't even hear
Kind of
it.
wanted that one to catch.
Martino is not coming? Or
I don't know. It's the same way Rowan says he's not playing. I don't believe him
Yeah.
either. So I kind of want to make some picks quickly, though. It sounds like we have serial killers.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Is everyone going No Limit? Be careful.
Yes.
Yeah, Joe,
Okay.
I'm not trying to suck
Does
it.
Don't need to be
anyone
careful.
want? Does anyone want
At
to
the
pick?
expense of being dumb.
Oh well, there you go. Does anyone want to pick?
We're not picking Stranger Danger.
That's what I was getting at. So
No.
we have the Monstars. Now, I want to
Even
talk
if I
a little
wanted to pick
I think
Stranger
it's gonna be
Danger,
an
Tyler's
upset
sitting right
for
there,
you.
and I just can't do it.
I expect all the higher seeds to come through.
Okay, so that makes it easy.
Same.
So, what makes you think the Monstars today are going to play like the team a lot of us think they should play like? Consistently for a game, where as we saw last week, right? One game, so you have those stretches where you're not at your best. Things can happen.
I just think it's a good matchup for them. They like to get inside and get a lot of points in the paint. Corey Jacobs gets in the paint very well. Reggie Stewart gets in the paint well. While they can play from the outside, but they're just a team that likes to get to the rim. And if Tyler is your biggest player, you are going to take advantage of that.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun matchup to watch in Reggie Stewart and Steven Eccles.
For sure.
Yeah, that should be a good matchup.
But, I mean, I think the Monsters still have too many weapons and a much more deep bench compared to that. Stranger Danger, who's pretty much just got Tyler there.
Yeah, especially with no Will McAdoo. I mean, I give him a lot of
Game changer.
a lot of crap, but that's going to really hurt Stranger Danger tonight
It's
because
still
he's another one of those sort of point
Yeah.
bigs. He's versatile. He can match up down low and he can hit the outside shot when it's there.
My
Tyler can't exactly do that.
I want to laugh at that, and then I'm like, wait, Will hit every shot against us, and last week played.
He played
he's like,
well.
it's really not funny anymore.
No.
It's like a real.
It's a
thing.
consistency
So,
thing, though. He's not
props
there
to
every
Will.
week. Sometimes he's a space cadet.
True,
Not
we have-
all the time. But.
We have a Stranger Danger pick on the award-winning podcast. What a name, the Weekly Rebound. I don't know who came up with that.
Award-winning.
Yeah, that's a joke. And we have Steve saying F everybody, so hopefully he takes that into the game. and as in destroys his opponent. Not anything more than that. Just wins on the basketball floor. And then we have, so we're all taking redemption.
Yep.
Yeah.
You people are all taking redemption, serial killers, no limit, and monsters.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I hate how I'm going all chalk.
Yeah, it's hard to breathe in here. So, for our awards, though, that we announced earlier today, and then we'll take a few more questions if any of you want to comment. MVP Jalen Graham. I think anyone quickly comments on that. I mean, I think that's pretty...
There were a bunch of candidates
There's a bunch
that were
of,
deserving.
that's what I
There
was
were a
gonna say.
bunch, but it was
Do we give
more or
honorable
less a
mentions?
two-man race.
Excuse me?
Do we give honorable mentions?
Yeah, sure.
Who were some of the guys we were talking about? Mike Davis was
Mike
in the
Davis,
conversation.
Carmine,
Carmine was in the
Terrell.
conversation. Terrell Vargas was in the conversation. So
Those were the main
not an
four.
easy decision.
True.
For real. Not an
For
easy
sure.
decision.
Fifth man, Kevin Rivera. This one up for debate.
Yeah.
I know I got many phone calls from Tyron about how he has better numbers. And then I had two arguments against that. One was you're not a bench guy. And also, it's a little different when you do all your scoring in garbage time. So, very upfront about this one. But Kevin off the
I hate
bench.
to back Tyron here, but if you're going to say that Tyron's not a bench guy, I don't really think Kevin is either.
The way he joined that team's a little different, which sets
Okay,
him up to be a
that's
bench
fine.
guy. I
Okay,
agree.
that's
Kevin
fine.
is good enough to
That's
start.
fine. Yeah,
I'm
clearly.
with
And not to knock Ronte, but
No, let's not rock.
you. I mean, come on. Yeah,
Ronte, I'm
I'll
sorry.
keep my comments to myself. Rookie of the year, Tyree. One of the only people I think we're about to mention,
Young
along with
Saban.
Carmine, who's not playing anymore, but Rookie of the Year Tyree definitely left a mark on the league. Hopefully
Sure.
he's back, and we'll see him all
when you
star
give
night.
Jalen the MVP, you want to mix it up, obviously go with Tyreek there.
True,
I can't
definitely deserving of
can't
Rookie of the Year.
disagree.
Offensive and Defensive Player of the Year, Carmine Santarelli. It's a pretty easy decision when you set the scoring record. And
Score 60
and
plus points in a game.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Pretty good
That's what
offensive
it is.
player.
And
I'd say.
defensive.
And then you lead the league in assists too.
Right.
So
And then defensive, Mike Davis for the second time.
I have such a tough time arguing with that, but
I know.
my boy Fred,
I know.
he locked people up.
I know.
That's all I have to
Davin.
say.
Davin
I
as well.
tried for you, Davin.
So the only
I
thing
love Davin,
left,
but just because you block shots doesn't mean you're a good
wish I had
defender.
wish I had the
But we can
graphics
have
up.
that argument another time.
So semifinals tomorrow. The only thing left to announce is the all first team, all second team, and all defensive team. You already know who is in all the competitions for 3-point and dunk. We'll be promoting those tomorrow as well. I know that Steve, Eccles, and Massaro got voted into each contest respectively, so they'll be joining the list that we voted on. So semifinals tomorrow.
Good to
All
see
Star will
Massaro
be.
twice.
I know, I'm going to get a lot of Massaro. All Star will be Monday, the 17th, 9:15, 3-point, 9:45 dunk contest. The game at 10:15. Finals scheduled for next Tuesday. So a week left. Lot to happen in this last week, but only a week left. Stay tuned for all of that, including All-Star Night. That'll be a lot of fun. A lot of those events will be coming to you here on Facebook Live. I know we'll bring the 3-point and dunk contest live, so you can plan on tuning into that 9:15 next Monday. But for now, we have some quarterfinals to take care of.
Yes, we do.
And we got some chalk picks, so we'll see. We'll save your reseeding of teams
It's fine.
for maybe an Instagram Live. Follow us all over on social media at legacy_leagues. TheLegacyLeagues.com will be updated with a playoff hub where you can find box scores, recaps, game highlights, links to all that good stuff, and the updated bracket, the updated schedule, who's playing, who, when, and where. It'll always be here at InSports. We'll see you. I think it's about an hour from now. No Limit TMC. I gotta stretch. That's all I know. I better get all stretched out. And then when I win, you guys can write some articles. Just ask Will McAdoo how that goes when you bet against Run TMC. Will, we miss you tonight. Hopefully, TMC No Limit lives up to it, as does Serial Lob. Joining them, Redemption Rookies, Monstar Stranger Danger. We'll see you in about an hour from InSports in Trouble.